Welcome to the Body Mechanics Wrap Up. This is part 5, the final part. Okay. Bone. Very bad to eat bones. So, not bone, but extra chewy piece. Sorry. So, to recap, your body mechanics. They work on a system of what works and what does not work. And what works for you, 9 times out of 10, will work for someone else. It will also work against someone else, as well as it will work on you. As many people will tell you, who've been in many fights, how the fight begins doesn't mean it's going to end that way. And if you watch wrestling like I do, and you know that it's combat, you know these guys are trained professionals. You also know that these guys have been trained for years and years, so when they get in that ring, they don't get hurt. They might get beat up a little bit, but they don't get hurt. You can get hurt. Wrestlers will tell you, Austin will tell you, The Rock will tell you, everyone will tell you that when a wrestler gets hurt in the ring, that shit's serious business. Because sometimes they don't come back from those injuries. And when you get into a fight, that shit's serious business. And sometimes you don't come back from fights. So it pays dividends to know your body, be your own advocate, know your pain threshold, and know that you can be hurt. And it doesn't just work for me, it works for everybody. You can be hurt in the smallest way and it can become a big problem, or you can be hurt in a big way and it might just really be a small problem. But you need to take time to heal. So we're going to close out body mechanics with the healing process. Alright, so everybody heals differently. Everybody heals exponentially differently according to age and health. Alright? A healthy 60-year-old man can heal within a good 2-3 month span. An over healthy 60-year-old man, like someone like Ric Flair or somebody, probably heals just as fast, if not faster. But that's also because his body has taken such a beating over the years that he's not really sure if he's healed or if he's just not feeling the pain that he's in because he's so used to it that he can't put it into either or column. Alright, and I say that because with my hip replacement, I just restarted training martial arts about 8 months ago. After the doctor cleared me for jogging, like the June before this June, so no, we're going to go with almost a year ago. I haven't trained hardcore, but from the moment the doctor said, James, you are clear to jog, I went out and bought running shoes, and sadly I'm mistaking these tennis shoes that I have on for running shoes, so I will never buy another pair of tennis shoes after this. I will only buy running shoes or CrossFit shoes, because they are more equipped for what I want to do with what's left of my life. Your healing process. When I had my hip replacement, I was in the hospital for a day and a half, and they had me walking the second day. So the first day I went in, they did the surgery. I woke up like 18 hours later. The very next morning when I woke up, which would be my start of my whole day, because I went in on Friday and I left on Monday. So technically it was 2 days, but mostly it was a day and a half. They kept me overnight for extra surveillance to make sure that everything was going to be peachy dory and that I could walk with the walker. So after they got the catheter out of me, and that sucks. That's an experience that no man should ever have to experience, ever. Trust me when I tell you, if you know anybody who has to use a catheter, You need to give them mad respect, yo. Mad respect. Because having that thing pulled out sucked. Every time I pee, I think about that damn thing. Anyway, that's not here or there. So the doctors came in. They talked to me for maybe 20 minutes. They said, what we're going to do is we're going to get you breakfast, and I'm going to come back in 15 minutes. You're going to walk with your little open gown, and you're going to walk for about 30 minutes. We're going to walk you up and down the hallway. You're going to tell us what you're feeling. You're going to tell us if you're in pain. You're going to tell us how, what, where, when, and how, and why. And then we're going to come back after you have lunch, and we're going to do it again. Then, before you have dinner, we're going to come back, evaluate you, do it again, and then tomorrow morning when you wake up, we're going to walk you some more. And then when you go home Monday, you're going to get therapy for about 6 to 8 months. Your therapist is going to come in. You're going to do this, this, and this. You're going to not be able to get in the shower standing up. You're going to have to sit on this bath seat. You're not going to be able to use the average toilet, so we're going to give you that. We're going to give you a toilet so you can sit on the toilet. And your healing process and your therapy will begin. You are not allowed to do jumping jacks. You are not allowed to jump rope. You are not allowed to run, skip, hop, and Kung Fu is out. And that was over 3 years ago. So I'm working on my 4.5, 5 year with this hip replacement, because my dad died 4 years ago back in March. And I had my hip replacement roughly 3 months before he died. So I was like doped up and everything. And my therapy was only maybe 2 months, and then my therapist stopped, and I had a decision to make. I needed to work because bills need to get paid, or I needed to not work and lose everything that I have because my bills weren't going to get paid if I had to go live at VCU for a year to prevent this hip, because that's also a factor of part of my life right now. So I chose to work. The doctor specifically said you cannot climb ladders. So anything involving you climbing ladders is a big fat fucking no, because if you fall off the ladder, the Army's not going to pay for your hip to get done again. Even though it was the Army's fault that I'm fucked up, it'll be my fault if I choose to climb a ladder. So, for body mechanics, you have to know how fast you heal. You have to know how long it takes for you to heal. You have to know what it takes for you to heal, and if you're going to heal appropriately, so you can't rush healing. So, in the midst of all of that, I lost my father. And that only sent me further down the rabbit hole of how fucked up my life truly is. So, with your body mechanics, the first thing you must understand is healing takes time. Just because you're 23-year-old and you can heal in less than 2 weeks from rolling your ankle versus a broken leg where it could take you anywhere from 2 to 6 months, it depends on how good you are genetically and how healthy you heal. If you're a genetic freak, you can heal from a broken leg or a broken arm in at least 2 months. I, on the other hand, have never broken anything. I've bruised a few things, but I've never broken anything. And, you know, now when I had my hip replacement, that's the closest thing I've had to a break ever. And so that took a long time. Plus therapy, plus what I wasn't allowed to do. So your body mechanics work on that process of pain and compliance as well as time and healing. And you need to know how that works for you to be successful with it. I'm James Williams Jr. This is Kung Fu Africa number 2. I will make another video that does not involve body mechanics, but I hope you guys enjoy it. Be seeing you.